Hey guys, it's Daniela. Welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to make more of a serious video. It's going to be a historical kind of video. So recently I visited an abandoned hospital. I really did not know anything about it until I put all the pictures I took of it together and I got curious. So I researched this and the history I found behind it was horrifying. But in this video, I will just be telling you guys about the history of it, about some of the victims, just some of the practices that went on. So let's get right into it. First, before I start yapping, I just want to put a little disclaimer. This property is heavily guarded. When I went, there was a police officer and security vans parked outside of it, which means they were probably patrolling the inside of the buildings. So I couldn't thoroughly explore it in the slightest. But I am relentless when it comes to things I'm passionate about. And there was a phone number that said, call for access, which I will be doing. If I do get access and I do get to explore and document this experience, I will make a part 2 or repost this video with the second part attached to it. Anyways, sorry for the interruption. Enjoy the video. So the Crownsville Hospital Center was established in 1910. The name is a bit graphic, so I'll screenshot what Wikipedia said and put it on the screen, but essentially it was a hospital for the insane. This facility was founded after the 1908 Maryland State Lunacy Commission. Now, if you know anything about the history of mental hospitals and their practices, just the name and date raise a lot of red flags. But basically, it opened with the goal of providing care for African American individuals with mental illnesses. And of course, because people during this time period sucked tremendously, there were many questions raised on the patients' living conditions and if they were actually getting any medical aid with their mental health. The hospital faced challenges such as smallpox, scarlet fever, and tuberculosis outbreaks, along with other issues like overcrowding and understaffing. The website, Say Their Names, Meeting Memories at Crownsville Cemetery by Brenda Wintrode, discusses the abusive practices that occurred, stating, "The hospital has a dark and sordid history of abusive practices, experimenting on its patients with electroshock therapy, drug testing, and supplying unclaimed cadavers to the University of Maryland for research." The hospital would do their own autopsies and experiments here. Some of the grave spaces might not even be a whole body. There could be body parts that were removed during an autopsy. This article also features images of some patients' gravestones, which I will insert on the screen. On Wikipedia, it states they also practice lobotomies, of course, a classic for all mental hospitals that are abandoned, insulin shock, and malaria treatment. If that isn't horrible enough, the patients were also the staff. They were so understaffed that the patients that were supposed to be healing and improving their mental health were given jobs such as hospital aides, receptionists, dental assistants, and librarians. Wikipedia states that in 1953, Superintendent Dr. Eckert reported that in the A building, there were 560 patients and 4 attendants in the evening and 4 in the day. That is crazy! That is crazy! The Baltimore Sun newspaper in 1953 discussed the conditions of the ill women's ward. It states, "The sickest ones are kept in a room as forbidding as a dungeon, where they live in a state of odorous untidiness, many of them refusing to wear clothes. Twice a day, a bucket and 2 cups are brought to the door to give the inmates a drink. There are 78 patients here and 28 beds. These and other patients on the same floor, a total of 96, have the use of 3 toilets, 3 wash basins, and 1 tub." Wow, that is terrible. So eventually, thank God, in 2004, the Crownsville Hospital closed due to lack of patients and because it was so expensive to the city to keep the building in safe/working conditions. So now I would like to take some time and discuss one of the patients that went here. Her name was Elsie Lax. She spent most of her life in this hospital. She was born on November 12th, 1939. She was admitted into this hospital because she had been struggling with epilepsy and a diagnosis of idiocy. Elsie's early life was quite sad. Her family considered her deaf and dumb due to her hearing impairment and due to her not being able to speak. Before Elsie passed away, she suffered from neurosyphilis and self-induced vomiting. She unfortunately passed away at the young age of 15. It was later found that she most likely went through a procedure called pneumoencephalography, where they drilled a hole in her brain to drain the fluids. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will link all of the sources to my information in the description box. I just wanted to take a moment for all of the victims of this horrible place. Many died and suffered the conditions of this hospital, and I am very glad that it is shut down. This just makes me grateful that the DSM book and our knowledge on mental health has been updated since then. Again, my heart goes out to all of the victims that passed away because of these malpractices and horrible living conditions. Bye, guys.